guys, happy Sunday. I hope you've had a nice chilled day. This vlog, it is Sunday today when I'm doing this vlog. Nothing kind of materialised this week for a vlog, and I sort of got to today and I was nearly going to let it go and just say don't bother putting one up, but I don't want to do that. I hate doing that, and I know it really upsets the kind of YouTube algorithm and it can have quite an effect on my channel, so I'm like, no, you don't want to not put a vlog up. So we're going to make it work. We're going to make one work today and I'll just edit it and it'll have to go up tonight. It's definitely not going to make 1 PM, that's for sure. Anyway, as you can see, it's a bit grey, but it is at least dry. Yesterday afternoon was so gorgeous. And as we know, the weather this week has been a bit of a shocker. It's been rubbish and cold. Felt like we got chucked back into winter. But my mood kept high because this coming week, the weather was meant to be brilliant. It was meant to be 17 degrees, sunshine, and I was like, we've got it, the weather's coming, the weather's turning, it's warming up, you know, whip the coats off and all that. And now it doesn't look that special. I just checked the weather just now and it's like 14 degrees, which is fine, like 14 degrees is fine, but cloudy, windy, and you're like, oh, here we go again, like the weathermen are lying to me once again. It will change, I know, at some point, but you know, when you're just like a week of nice warm weather, so that field could dry out a little bit. I walked across it yesterday and it is so wet out there. I mean, very, very wet. It's going to take a while for that to dry up. So yeah, we'll get there. I know we'll get there. Mr. Coop is eating behind me. Probably slightly embarrassed at the fact that he's got the ladybird rug on. It doesn't really suit him. He's a bit too mature and grown up for that rug. It only works on Artie, who's silly and a donut. Anyway, today's vlog, I'm going to do a little bit on Sienna. I took a tiny bit of footage of me schooling her yesterday. Sadly, my phone is in just one position, so it's just me going up and down in that same spot, which isn't that great. But I can do a little bit of a talk over about where we're at with her, how it's kind of going, how I'm feeling and all that, because it'd be probably quite good to give you guys an update. It's kind of, you know, it's a bit like this at the moment, if I'm being honest. I'm hacking with Lara later, which is brilliant, so she'll take Coop out, and I can bring Sienna along, which will brill. And then my other plan was to try and do like a bit of a pamper session with the horses over the weekend, but I have got, as always, a list of jobs as long as my arm, like if not longer, like never ending, and I got a good proportion of that done yesterday, but there's still a lot more on it to get done. So we will see. I might do a little bit of horse pampering, but it won't be massive amounts, and I don't think I'll get all 3 done and tidy, but I did yesterday do their tails though, which was a good starting place. So I'll add in a bit of footage of, because you know you guys obviously want to see me washing their tails. I'll add in a little bit of footage of that, and I definitely want to do Sienna's mane today. That's my #1 job, is because that mane is getting a bit long and wild and it needs tidying up, and yeah, it's just a bit, she needs a bit taken off of it, so that needs a trim. And I might also do, you know, get the mini clippers out and do a couple of the fetlock feathers and that kind of thing. So we'll see what we get done today, see how this morning goes. But this is already 9 o'clock, so I haven't even started mucking out yet, so we need to crack on as always. But yeah, anyway, welcome to my Sunday. I hope you're having a good Sunday. Let's get going. So a Sienna update. This was from our schooling session yesterday. Simply, I'm not doing good enough, and I'm not saying that because I want sympathy. It is the truth. I have not put in the riding hours that both she and I need to help with our confidence. So Sienna is in full-time work, but I've been mainly doing groundwork, lunging, taking her out on the lead out, hacking, pole work and all that sort of stuff. So she's fully fit, but what I haven't been doing is spending much time in the saddle with her, and this is having a knock-on effect with both our confidence. Now, it's not entirely my fault. The weather hasn't been brilliant. They're not turned out yet, so she's a little bit more fiery. She had a setback with getting cast. She's having a massive growth spurt at the moment, so I'm very wary of overdoing it with her. So there's a lot of reasons, but still, simply me not riding her enough is making me feel a little bit anxious because the gap between riding her sometimes is just too long. So I might ride her on a Friday one week and it might not be that I sit on her again until the next Friday. She's still being worked in between, but just not with me in the saddle, and it's just too long and it's just not working for either of us. You might notice currently we're doing a bit of sitting trot on her, and this is because we found schooling her recently that she seems to get on better and quicker and settle better if I go sitting to begin with and then go rising afterwards. She just seems more confident and more focused. So though it's not ideal, I would never recommend doing sitting trot on a young horse. For her, it is working. So if at the beginning of a session I do a couple of minutes in sitting just to get her concentrating and feeling more confident, then I'm going to do that with her. But yeah, I really need to kind of just give her my undivided attention, work on trying to get as many hours in the saddle with her to improve both our confidence, and I think we'll then get back on track. But I just feel like I've let her down a little bit in the moment and I'm not helping me or her out much. But she's got so much to give, and yes, she's sharp and can be a little bit fiery and sensitive and all the things that mares can be, but she's got a lot to give and I'm very excited. This was the before shot of Sienna's mane. As you can see, she's got quite a long neck, lot of mane. It's a bit too long and a bit wild, and it just needs a little bit of a trim. She was thoroughly enjoying her lick while I was trimming her mane. So there we go. I've taken quite a bit off, but I've not gone overboard, simply because she's actually been a really good girl, and I sort of don't, this still needs a bit of a tidy. I don't want to annoy her. Like, she's been really well behaved. I mean, mainly licked my stool to pieces, licked my wellies to pieces, but I don't think that's too bad. So that's a good starting place. And also, I don't mind her having a bit of mane. I quite like it. As you can see, it's a fair few chunks out, and that little knife does such a good job. So yeah, so I think she looks good, doesn't she? She doesn't look too bad at all. I'm not a massive fan of taking too much off the forelock. I quite like them with a bit of forelock. So she has got a bit of a bold patch here, which is annoying. I don't quite know what she's been doing there. She's obviously rubbed just that little bit. But yeah, all in all, quite happy with that. You can't see very well, but I've also just given her fetlock feathers a little bit of a trim. I've just done it with scissors and a comb because, again, she's not massively keen on the clippers. So yeah, so they're looking a little bit smarter too. Need to get you ready now because you're going for a hack, aren't you? She's like, yeah, I'm bored now. Move on. I have just come on to finish the vlog. I've just been lunging Artie, who pretty much just galloped around. Having a bit of a hoolie, didn't you, really? You needed it, though. You needed to let off some steam. He was a bit grumpy again today. And as you see, we just went for a hack with La, and it was a really good hack. Really good hack. Sienna was great. I really concentrated on being as relaxed and chilled as I could with her, which you can see, you might not be able to see very clearly, but we even had a helicopter that you go overhead really low and then come back at us even lower, then to land literally 3 fields over, which I stressed about and Sienna didn't even look at. And I forget she was very close to like a big airfield where I brought her from, so she'd have seen huge amounts of aeroplanes in and out. So I don't know why I get so stressed about an aeroplane, because she really doesn't care. But she's really good today, really good. No like stuffiness or anything. She was on good form. She was definitely a smidge tired, I'd say. And we gave her a little trot up some of the hill, and she definitely was a little bit tired on that. There's lots of bugs around, aren't there, annoying you? So yeah, it was good. I felt really good for it. So that was nice. Like I say, he's just had a roll and a buck and a gallop around pretty much. But I'm going to take him in because these midges are annoying him. So yeah, I'm going to end the vlog there. Who knows if I've got it up Sunday evening? We will see. If not, it'll be on Wednesday. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys.